think that's like the max on swole mates. So, let's start off. I don't know if your boy Daquan is here yet. He told me about the Seinfeld one. I'm gonna start the Seinfeld one. It's called the Senpai. Let's just get into it. Let's just start right now. Jerry, what is the deal with, you know, when you... Alright, let's press space for a start. Jerry's apartment. George sits plaintively on the couch, watching television. A report is on about a recent fatal accident. Terrible! What a way to go! Hope that never happens to me. Dude, George would never say it like that. For starters, George would be like, oh God, I'm gonna die alone. Jerry is in the kitchen, investigating a carton of milk. Let's make a riff on the milk. Why do they put the sell-by date on here? Why do I need to know when the milk can't be sold anymore? All I want to know is... I'm not supposed to drink it! Man got crushed, Jerry. Mashed. Worst way to die. Yeesh. Just think about it, Jerry. Crushed to death. George pauses for a moment as he looks contemplatively at Jerry. If you had to get crushed, what would you get crushed by? Jerry would probably say giant robot. Probably some kind of giant robot. That'd be interesting, at least. I think I'd choose a ton of food. A mountain of pies, you know? Avalanche pudding. That kind of thing. Sounds nice. This is between you and me. An uncomfortable silence looms over Jerry's apartment as George and Jerry consider being crushed. Anyway, so I'm having kind of a problem at school? Let's go with the deride. George, having a problem at school? Well, now I've heard it all. Well, it's not school so much as it is someone at school. When did George ever go to school? I don't remember this section of time. It's my senpai, Jerry. It's my senpai. Trepper, thanks for the 2 months. Good lord, what layer of hell is this? Senpai? What do you mean, senpai? You know, Jerry? My senpai! My superior! He won't notice me, Jerry! We gotta listen to him. We gotta listen to him. I've tried everything, Jerry. I've tried getting better grades. I've been going to cleaning duty. I don't even fall asleep in class anymore. Whatever. Nothing. He won't even look at me. If I don't get Senpai's approval, I'm through at this school, Jerry. Through! What do you do when Senpai won't notice you, Jerry? I think we gotta give him some advice. Well, George, the first step is to stop caring whether or not Senpai notices you. In my experience, Senpais can't resist an aloof collage. Kramer suddenly burst through Jerry's door. Whoa! Something happened? What's going on, fellas? George can't get his senpai to notice him. Senpais, huh? Oh boy. Don't get me started on senpais. So, hey, listen. I found this old abandoned warehouse downtown, and I've been digging through all sorts of crazy stuff. You guys should come by sometime. You never know what you might find. I'm gonna pretend to care. Oh, sure thing, Kramer. Abandoned warehouse. Sounds real good. You don't know what you're missing out on, Jerry. There's some amazing junk in there. Where's Elaine? I want her to get her in on this. Oh, she got a note in her shoe locker this morning from Suzuki-san. Oh, the old locker note. Spicy. Hey, remember Suzuki-san, Jerry? Small fingers guy? You mean, Small Fingers Suzuki? Small fingers? Oh yeah, Toshio, love that guy. He and Elaine are neighbors from way back. Small fingers, though. Huh. Now that I think about it, he does have small fingers. You know, I never realized that. Oh yeah, tiny. Can't bowl, can't palm a basketball, nothing. Small fingers. Well, I think he's gonna confess to Elaine. I got a riff on the confessing. Why is confessing always such an affair? It's like, I already got the note. I know what's gonna happen. It's basically already done. Just give me a phone call. Jesus Christ. Behind the school. Elaine is standing alone in a clearing behind the school. She's tapping her foot impatiently and looking at her watch. What did Toshio ask me out here for? I'm gonna miss spin class. If he thinks I'm gonna wait around for him all day, he's got another thing coming. Toshio meekly... Toshio meekly approaches Elaine from behind a tree. What the fuck is this? Sorry I'm late, Elaine. This better be important. You got a lot of nerve making me stand out here all day. You've been acting real funny lately, Toshio. Elaine, I have something I have to tell you. Ugh. Oh, brother. I like you, Elaine. I want you to be more than just I want to be more than just childhood friends. I even went here instead of Metropolitan Academy so that we could be together. That's... Whoa. 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 Let's rebuke. You kidding me right now, Toshio? Are you saying that you don't like me back? You know, you guys are lucky that I have this, like, advanced knowledge of Seinfeld, and I feel like I know exactly what they would say in this particular situation. Even after all these years as my childhood friend? Dejected, Toshio buries his face in his hands. Why don't you want to go out with me? I thought we were destined for each other. It's gotta be the small fingers. You got small fingers, Toshio. It just doesn't do it for me. Totally honest. Small. You know, Elaine, somehow I knew this would happen. I knew you were tsundere. Is it tsundere? I don't know what the fuck that means. Y'all weeby people are gonna have to tell me what the hell that means. Episode in reverse. His hands are too small. He can't crack a lobster. like someone, but you deny it. Oh. Toshio storms off in a huff. Tears stream out of his eyes. It's when you like someone, but you deny that you like them. That sounds like the person who just got rebuked is in denial. That sounds like a fucking made-up word. Tsundere. Oh, see, I'm Elaine right now. I'm totally... Tsundere? Class 2A. It's lunchtime. George and Jerry sit together. Or sit in opposing desks, eating lunch together. I can't believe this. My mom packed me tuna fish again. I asked her not to pack me tuna fish. What do you got? Your mom still makes your lunch? Not for long, she doesn't. Not after this. Both options. Okay, let's go for the second one. You gonna wake up early enough to start making your own lunch? You don't believe me? You don't think I could wake up early? How many times have I watched you barely make it through the gate? Toast still in your mouth. George prickles against Jerry's accusation. Oh, you'll see, Jerry. You'll see. Normal Rita, thank you for the 4 months of sub and welcome back. George and Jerry eat in silence. Senpai walks through the Class 2A door, speaking with another of George and Jerry's classmates. Jerry, it's Senpai. Now's my chance. I'll get that Senpai's attention. This ought to be good. Yeah, I gotta get a look at this. George carefully approaches Senpai. Hey, Senpai. Senpai does not turn to look at George. Looks like the male masseuse. Did you happen to see my midterm grade, Senpai? Your score was way up there, huh? Wow. Quite a feat. Real impressive. George looks in panic at Jerry, who shrugs. Yep. Real good score. Very, studious. George gives up and returns, defeated. Grades. That's what you went with. I panicked! Abandoned warehouse. Kramer and Newman fumble through the darkened warehouse. It's pitch black inside, and Newman is shaking in fear. You fool, Kramer! You told me there'd be great stuff in here! Unremember Frank, thanks for subbing. Welcome to the Church of Skin Teen. Just be patient, Newman. I'm sure once we find the lights, we'll be up to our elbows in treasure. Kramer and Newman forge ahead through the darkness. Indistinct sounds echo through the room. Oh! What was that? Let's turn back, Kramer. Don't be a coward, Newman. You really gonna turn your back on all of this? Kramer gestures to the dark emptiness. Yes! I'm out of here! My heart just can't take anymore. Newman scurries away, shivering and afraid. Fine then, run! All the more riches for me. Just gotta find a light switch. Kramer gropes in the darkness. He palms something that feels vaguely like a breaker. Please don't tell me it's a dick. Bingo, baby! The light switch flips with an almost deafening boom. The room is illuminated. Oh, God.
Cool.
Giddy up. Monk's Cafe. Jerry and Elaine sit across from each other at Monk's Cafe. Elaine is visibly dismayed. He called you tsundere? Tsundere, Jerry! I don't even know what that means! But it offended you. It's offensive! What does it mean anyway? I'm gonna struggle to explain it. You know, it's like you like someone, but you show it by acting like you hate them. Elaine chews this information over. So, Toshio thinks I like him because I act like I don't like him. Exactly. How does that make sense? I don't know! I'm not tsundere! Huh. George rushes through the front door of the cafe, visibly upset. Hey, George. Hey, you guys. There's a pause. George stands by the table, clearly distracted. Something wrong? It's nothing! George sits. George is upset about his senpai, Elaine. Oh, senpai, huh? You know, I stopped worrying about that senpai stuff a long time ago. I mean, senpais, kohais, who cares? George's smile barely conceals his smoldering rage. I guess you're right, Elaine. Who cares? Exactly. What's going on with you, anyway? Here you're tsundere now. Who told you that? I knew this would happen! Toshio's telling everyone at school that I'm tsundere! Joe Fish, thank you for the 15 months. Welcome back. You know, Elaine... Yeah? I don't really worry about that stuff anymore. I mean, tsundere, yandere, who cares, right? Kramer bursts through the cafe doors. He's covered in grease, wild-eyed and ecstatic. George, Elaine, and Jerry look at him silently for a moment. We gotta chide him. So what'd you discover in that warehouse, Kramer? Big old can of oil? No, Jerry, even better! I scored big time down at the warehouse! Elaine looks to Jerry for explanation. Kramer lives at a warehouse now. Kramer flops into a seat at the table, dirtying the cushion with his grimy jumpsuit. Elaine recoils, disgusted. So there I was. Jerry rolls his eyes. Exploring the darkened warehouse, fearing nothing, mystery at every turn. When all of a sudden, I had a feeling. What'd you find, Kramer? I could sense something unbelievable. It's calling my name! Kramer! Kramer! Just get to it! So, I find the light switch, and I turn it on, and wouldn't you know it, Kramer smacks the table loudly, distracting other cafe patrons. Giant robot. Giant robots? You bet your bottom dollar, Georgie! 100 feet tall. Giant robot? I'm telling you guys, this thing could really do some damage. Could level a whole city. Just as soon as I get it running again, then let's say we guys, we show it off at that school festival. Viral Infection, thanks for 6 months of subbing. Welcome back. Oh yeah, that's coming up, huh? We'll be the main attraction, the coolest kids at school. Wait, this thing has room for 3? Yeah, 3 pilots. Let's do a riff. What's up with these mechs that use more than 1 pilot? I mean, you don't need 3 people to drive a car. It would be chaos. Traffic's already bad enough. This is incredible. Calligraphy Club. Jerry is putting the finishing touches on a series of slapdash, illegible kanji. Pretty good. Think I'm really getting the hang of this. Senpai approaches Jerry from behind. Uh-oh. Admiring Jerry's latest piece. Wow, Seinfeld-kun. Your line work is excellent. Thanks, Senpai. You know, Seinfeld-kun, I love your jokes. Tell me one. Let's say it doesn't work that way. Doesn't really work that way, Senpai. Haha! You always know how to make me laugh. Gotta talk to Senpai about George. Why won't he notice George? Let's bring it up subtly. Hey, so, Senpai. Saw your midterm grade. Pretty good. Something, something, longest relationship, something, something. Welcome back, Zen90 with 14 months. Thanks. I don't mean to brag, but I do study very hard. Looks like old George is trying to catch up with you. He's been studying pretty hard, too. Senpai grimaces at the mention of George's name. I know he's your friend, but please don't talk to me about that Costanza. That guy really gets on my nerves. Oh, so you've noticed him. I'll tell you what I've noticed about Costanza. He's a pervert. He makes a mockery of our school's values. That's so mean. Jerry would do it. Jerry would do it. Let's mock. Let's mock. It seems a little less cruel. Sounds like George has been busy. Do you remember the hot springs trip, Seinfeld-kun? Nice place. I really enjoyed myself. Well, and it disgusts me to even think about it, but when we were at the hot springs, I caught Costanza peeping into the girls' bath. I got a feigned shock. No, George? I think you might have the wrong guy, Senpai. Nobody else in this school resembles Costanza. You got a point. The bell rings, signaling the end of club activities. Just who does that guy think he is anyway? I'm not sure he even knows. God. Behind the school, Toshio stands alone in the clearing behind the school. He waits, smirking with his arms folded across his chest. Elaine strides seriously towards Toshio with her fist clenched. Toshio! It's your lucky day! I'm inviting you to the school festival with me! Oh, hey, Bennis-chan. I didn't expect that the note in my shoe locker was from you. Although I can't say I'm surprised. Toshio, you idiot! I'm doing you a real favor here. You should be thrilled to go with me. Toshio grins smugly. Well, I suppose I have no choice then. Yep. And hey, now we can put this whole tsundere thing to rest, huh? Oh yeah, of course. You're not tsundere. You're not tsundere at all. Exactly. I mean, it's not like I like you or anything. George and Jerry relax at Jerry's apartment. Jerry stands in the kitchen, picking up and putting down different boxes. George sits in a chair, reading a paper. He looks up to speak to Jerry. Excited for the festival? We got a riff on the festival because we're Jerry Seinfeld. What's the deal with the school festival? I have to spend most of my life at school already. Now I have to spend my free time there too? When does it end? Oh, hey, you're in the same culture club as Senpai, right? Did he talk to you? Has he said anything about me? We're gonna respond coyly. Oh, yeah, I talked to Senpai. You did? What did he say, Jerry? George, let me ask you a question. A question? What is it? What do you think about people who peep? Peepers. Peepers. Horror flashes across George's face. He quickly regroups and feigns indignation. Peepers? Disgusting. The trash of society. Perverts. No act is more foul, Jerry. If I ever meet a peeper, oh boy, you want to keep me away from him, Jerry. I see. George relaxes, seeming relieved. Kramer suddenly bursts through the door, still oil-covered. I did it! How's it going, Kramer? Jerry, I did it! I got that bad boy running again. Bad boy? Got what boy running again? The mech! The giant robot! I got that engine purring like a kitten. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. So, let's go, guys! Let's take her for a spin! I say we take her down to the old school festival. Strut our stuff. I'll go, but I want to drive. I want to control the legs. George, you got it, buddy. You get to drive the legs. Let's, we gotta mock, George. The legs. Your legs, Matt, now. Think of it, Jerry. Senpai sees me in that mech. He'll have to notice me then. Oh, God. Inside the robot. George, Jerry, and Kramer are all in pilot seats, with George controlling the legs of the giant robot. George, you gotta ease up! It's a delicate touch! Will you be quiet? How am I supposed to control this if you keep backseat piloting me? I'm just saying, if you're too rough with her, you're gonna get burned. Burned. Wait till Senpai sees me controlling a giant robot! Let's see him not notice me then. That's all you talk about anymore, George. Senpai this, Senpai that. It's exhausting. You need a hobby. George momentarily loses control of the robot and scrambles to regain gain composure. Elaine stands with Toshio at the periphery of the school festival. Where do you want to go first, Bennis-chan? Elaine stops as she hears the robot approaching from afar. She peers into the distance. Shh, shh, Toshio, be quiet. Giant robot? Is that Elaine? I thought she didn't like Toshio. She does? Why'd she say she didn't like him? Because she's tsundere, George? Huh. Hey, you ever think anyone might be tsundere toward me? Maybe Senpai. I don't think so. George, focus! We'll be there any minute! Oh! George returns to his control station, frantically grasping levers and pushing buttons. You're piloting like a maniac, George! I know what I'm doing, Kramer! I've heard that one before. George haphazardly wrenches a lever out of the control panel. What was that? Nothing! Everything's fine. Doing great, George. Senpai appears on the robot's view screen, entering the school festival. I wonder if Seinfeld-kun is around. I'd love to hear him riff on school festivals. What'd he just say? George turns to Jerry with an accusatory look on his face. Okay, Jerry, illuminate me. Why did Senpai notice you? I thought you were on my side! I've never felt so wronged! The shame! You're a shame, Jerry! Well, George, maybe you should have peeped! Maybe you shouldn't have been a peeper! George is shocked. He slumps in his seat, defeated. Who told you? Who saw me? Jerry doesn't speak. His face says it all. Senpai! George! We're headed right towards your Senpai! We gotta change course! George wrestles with the controls in futility. The robot will not budge. He's gotta move! Senpai's gotta get out of the way! George pulls a bullhorn out of the control panel. Huh. I don't have the roll-in hooked up. Senpai, it's me, your friend George! You gotta move out of the way! Costanza. I'll never listen to that fool. He's not moving an inch. It's like he doesn't even notice you, George. Burn, Kramer. Senpai, please! You have to move! Jerry covers George's eyes with his hand. I think Calligraphy Club's about to have an open spot, Georgie. Want to join? Jerry, George, and Kramer wince in anticipation.